working with a director named Tim Collins. And he had put together a movie called Maelstrom, and it's about this man. It's a really, really good film. I think you can find it online. Look up Timothy Collins, look up Maelstrom. And it's about this man living a double life, a horror film. And he's got this woman trapped in his basement. He's keeping her hostage. And he's living a double life. His wife is upstairs and doesn't know because he's built a safe house downstairs that she's not allowed to be in. And he wants something very suspenseful, something very slow that builds. And so I was like, okay, cool, give me some time. And I came back a day later and I was like, hey, what do you think of this? And he was like, oh, hell, that works. So from there, I just built off of it. It took me, I think, a total of 17 hours to build the full track because I took samples from what I had recorded from instrumentation. And I layered it with my synthonics and all my other stuff. So I had synth work. I have actual drums layered by synth drums, and then some of the actual drums themselves are augmented with actual synth sounds and plugins, and the way they're EQ'd and compressed. But majority of the song is synth, which I'm not upset about. I'm proud of it. It worked out well. But so they put the track in the film, and they were doing a lot of around the world stuff with their films. They had already traveled the world for one film that I had done the post mix on the film, and I had not yet done a score for them. So it got to travel the world. It went to Italy. It went to Greece. It went to, it went all over the place. All over the place in the country, New York, here in Atlanta, Chicago, California. All over. But I ended up, getting a lot of praise for it. And they won a award for best score in film in Italy. And that was the score. So,
and what movie was that again?
Maelstrom.
Congrats, man.
Thank you.
Congrats on that.
But the name of the track, when you look on our personal site, if you go under Crew, under Heaven's Crows Production GA, you go under Crew. That's what I said. And if you go under Crew under there, then you can look up my name and a picture of me. You click on it, and you go through some of my portfolio work. And it's called The Rapture. And it's this poster, this blood red poster of a man staring back at you. It's pretty cool. I had a lot of people always asking me, hey, when am I going to spit some bars on them? I'm like, when you get some bars.
Get your bars up. Get them up.
Hey, I got no problem. If you got good bars, man, hey, I got no problem with that all day. Right. But if you come at me with some of the stuff that I really like and it's really weak, I'm like, don't. So,
no.
Hard finger, swipe left.
Tell us a story about beat making or music. Just tell us a story about music.
Okay, story about music. I'll tell you a couple stories. Okay, so let's see. The first time I got behind a recording mic. First time I got behind a mic to track my vocals. We were tracking in the Pro Tools, and we were in a closet at a dorm room. This guy who I was friends with at the time, he needed a track for mixing class. And he was like, hey man, I need someone to do vocals and you write lines for people. And I got nobody to do vocals. And he's like this punk rocker guy, so he doesn't rap at all. Like he's not a rapping bone in his body. Like he'll listen to it, but he can't even bob on time. It was pretty fucking funny. So he was like, hey man, I need someone to cut vocals. And I was like, all right, cool. What do you want to do? He's like, well, I bought this microphone. It was a nice microphone. It was a Rode microphone. Very nice. Oh, cool, yeah. Where do you want to record at? You want to book some time at a studio? No, I got a place. All right, cool. So I show up to the party. I was like, all right, get in here. And he's got this closet lined with blankets and clothes. And he's got the microphone.
Were they dirty clothes?
I wasn't trying to find out, man. I wore a different kind of mask into that place. I wanted me to say, no, I've been out of the country for too long. But no, I was like, so we're recording here? And he had like one little XLR running out into a DI box and everything, and it's running into his Pro Tools and all that. He's like, all right, we're going to record. And I was like, fuck it. So I got in this is going to sound bad. I got in the closet, cut my verses, and then I came out the closet, right? But that was the first time I cut vocals on a track. Everything I had done prior to that was writing. I mean, I had sang at churches and stuff like that, but, singing out of a hymn book's not exactly original, But yeah, so the first time I got on a track, I was in a closet going, I don't belong here. That's copyright infringement. I can't sing that song. So that was the first time. Then probably one of the best moments of my life.
Yeah.
Is, and it's not really one of the best, but it's just a funny story. Alright, so there was this woman, and I use the term woman loosely, that we went to school with, who was a psycho. And she used to be dating that same friend I was just talking about. And that didn't go well, and then afterwards she was a nutcase, and then he didn't want to be our friends because of association. It was a long fucking like high school bullshit story. But we were on a Soundstate Logic G4000. There's only like 5 of those left in the world. Like the worth on that, the value on that is like $750,000.
What are those?
It's a Soundstate Logic mixing board. It's an engineer's mixing board. It's an in-studio board. There's only, like I said, there's only 5 of those left in the world. So Soundstate Logic, right quick to explain, when that board came out, it changed the industry. That board set the standard for what engineering and how mixing should be done because of its effects, its sound, and it was the first board to have a computer processor in it. So it was like vital. That board, because of the parts that are interchanged and everything, you can't even buy, you can't even repair a board. You can't send it to the factory and repair it. It's so old now that in order to repair it, you have to find parts online somewhere and pay extravagantly to get those parts and get someone who knows what they're doing to change it out. And that person has to be Soundstate Logic professionally, have to be certified, right? So it's got a lot of prestige behind it. I mean, bands like AC/DC and Aerosmith and so forth have recorded on this board because of the parts that have come in and everything. So it's very, very important, and it's like worth between $500,000 and $750,000. It ain't cheap. This woman's hot swapping an entire microphone setup, and hot swapping, if you don't know, is basically plugging and unplugging a mic with phantom power on, which is going to blow your lines, blow your outputs, and blow your microphone. Now, when I say she's doing it, she's actually... No, let me finish.
What?
She's been in the school as long as I have at this point, and supposedly has been doing music as long as I had. But she wasn't unplugging. She had a first quarter culinary student, a kid there for cooking, plugging and unplugging her lines for her because she couldn't figure out how to get the... By the way, the gain was down on her board. That's why she couldn't figure out where her lines were coming from and why she didn't have no volume. But... So she's got this guy hustling on drum mics that don't even need phantom power. The only phantom power mics you should have on a drum set typically, is like if you had a C414 I'm talking about on the hi-hat, or typically just your overheads. The rest of your mics normally on a drum set do not fucking need phantom power. They don't need it. And she's got phantom power on them, and she's jacking the volume and having them plug and unplug. It's hot swapping mics, right? And I came in, and the teacher's watching her, and he's just like, because he's not allowed to say anything, so he has to stand there and just like grit his teeth and bear it. And at the time, I was the head student ambassador at the school, so I could just drop in wherever I wanted, whenever I wanted on that level. I asked her what the fuck she was doing, and she told me. And I looked her dead in her eyes, and I say shit. By the way, I just want you to know, I say shit, and it just comes out, and it's beautiful. And at the same time, he goes, man, that might have been a little offensive, but it's too late. So I said to her, and I quote, man, when you were blowing my friend earlier, it sounds like you're coughing back some of that stupid you got caught in the back of your throat. Next time you address me, swallow.
Whoa!
And I stopped, and she was shocked. She was just drawn to the floor, and the teacher's like, he's biting his lip. He's trying not to laugh. It was the funniest thing. Like, he had tears. He's holding the tears back. It was great. And I just had this light bulb go off in my head, and I was like, I'll be right back. And I went to one of my design students in the middle of his class. I would drop in because we were working designs that quarter. So I ran in and I sat next to him, and the teacher was like, oh, what are you working on today? And I was like, a t-shirt idea. Put that shit on a t-shirt and sell it. I bet you it will. So those are 2 of my best AIA stories right there.
Wait, so you went off on her because she was...
Hot swapping the mic. That's 11 channels. Think about it. On a 32-channel board, that's worth $750,000, and she also blew 11 channels. Think about that for a second.
Right.
Yeah.
And you told her what?
I told her, and I quote, when she told me that that was how it's supposed to be done, I told her she had to have been blowing my friend earlier, and it sounded like she was coughing that stupid back up out the back of her throat. And the next time she addressed me, she needed to swallow.
Man, I'm done.